Trisha, good afternoon. Well, there are quite a few memorials here in the Valley honoring the victims of 9/11. One of them right behind me, this piece of metal right here that was shipped to this fire station back in 2004. A piece of metal from one of the twin towers, and right beneath it, a plaque remembering those men and women that made the ultimate sacrifice. Hey there, good morning, Lisa. Well, NHP is telling us that a total of 3 cars were involved in this crash. Right behind me, one of the 2 that rolled over. We do know that one person was ejected from one of the vehicles. That victim, along with the second person, were taken to the hospital. They are still trying to determine the circumstances surrounding Carla's abduction and whether her biological mother played a role in this. As for little Carla, it is still unclear when she might be coming back home. We, of course, will have the latest for you coming up on later editions of Action News. For now, reporting live outside the North Las Vegas Police Department, Annette, Channel 13 Action News.
Hi, good evening, Nina. Well, it's official. Republicans have taken control over the House of Representatives, but out here in Nevada, it's still a battle for the 3rd Congressional District.
Hi, good afternoon, Trisha. Well, Latinos now make up 26% of the state's population, and they feel that it's because of the growing Hispanic community that Nevada was able to pick up that 4th congressional seat. And they now say it's about time they have a say as to where those voting lines are drawn. That's right, Steve. These suspects definitely not the sharpest tools in the shed. As you can see right above me, the ceiling is completely covered with surveillance cameras. Trisha, good afternoon. We're a couple hundred feet away from the crash site. I'm going to go ahead and step away so folks at home can get a better look at what's going on right now. The airplane has been removed. So here is what CCSD is telling us. This money basically means that no additional cuts will be made, but nothing that is currently on the chopping block will be saved, like those 1,800 positions, 1,000 of them teaching jobs. A very brazen move by another person attempting to hold up one of the biggest casinos here in town. We are told that Metro detectives are currently reviewing some of the surveillance footage. Well, the chaos in Egypt has also sparked demonstrations right here in the Valley. Earlier today, dozens of Egyptian Americans gathered in the streets of downtown as a sign of support for friends and relatives who they say are just fighting for their basic rights. The man accused of ripping off the Bellagio while wearing a motorcycle helmet says he didn't do it. Anthony Carleo pleaded not guilty today to 7 felony charges stemming from the armed robbery at the Las Vegas Strip Casino back in December. It's 6:37, 72 degrees outside. It is going to get pretty hot out there, so if you're going to do some errands, do them pretty early because we are going to reach triple digits. Well, if you were wondering just how effective mammograms are in detecting breast cancer,
a caravan of cars parked outside this city stop. Moments later, a swarm of people rushes through the door. Some of the suspects try to distract the employee while the rest of the mob heads straight to the coolers.
This was probably 60 or 70, 18 packs, 35 people, 2 hands, 2 trips.
With over 40 years of experience in the convenience store business, owner John Athey says this was no typical beer run, and the employee, clearly outnumbered, watched simply in shock.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He tried to remain calm.
The suspects pocketed everything they possibly could with complete disregard of the cameras catching their every move. This guy in the yellow shirt looking left and right, completely clueless that he was being recorded from above.
I'm outraged. I mean, it could have been it could have been deadly. I don't want to see it happen again. I want to see these kids brought to justice.
And less than 4 minutes later, the herd of amateur criminals was gone. Police now say these young suspects may soon see the consequences of their actions and want to discourage any copycats.
The colleges, college athletic programs, and of course future employers, including the military, won't even touch somebody with this kind of crime in their background.
And Metro tells us that this type of crime is really nothing new, and if caught, the suspects will be facing grand larceny charges along with burglary charges. For now, reporting live inside the city stop near Sunset and Pecos, Annette, Channel 13 Action News. Oh, Steve, this is the American dream turned into a complete nightmare for an entire city. We're talking about folks who poured in every penny they had into homes they can no longer afford, and now they have to face a very grueling question. Do they leave or do they continue to pay underwater mortgages?
Signs of the housing bust can be found in practically every pocket of a North Las Vegas neighborhood. Yards infested with weeds, abandoned mail, and the stickers on the front doors are now a dead giveaway.
We tried short sale, we tried everything, refinancing. Everybody told us there was nothing they could do.
Jenny West and her husband decided to walk away from their house and are now renting. But like her, over 80% of North Las Vegas homeowners have underwater mortgages, which means they owe more than what the house is actually worth.
We paid $320 for it. 2 years later, it was worth a third of what we owed.
Back in the day, North Las Vegas was considered one of the epicenters of the construction boom. But today, a whole different story, with home values dropping to what they were nearly 10 years ago, wiping away all that equity for homeowners.
It was $340,000. I put $100,000 down on it.
But just 6 years later, Antonio Beneducci's home was valued at $150,000, leaving him with a mortgage $195,000 in the red.
I have my 5 best friends. 4 of them have lost their home already, and I'm now the 5th one.
And while countless homeowners still battle with the thought of giving up on the biggest investment of their lives, economists say it's still too early to predict when a full recovery may be on the way.
In the meantime, experts do recommend that homeowners continue making their payments if they are able to. If they're not able to, they recommend that you should call your lender to see if any special arrangements may be made. For now, reporting live in North Las Vegas, Annette, Channel 13 Action News.